Hello guys, welcome to Assetto Corsa and we are in a World Sim Series ranked race at Tsukuba circuit at night. We are also driving the Mazda MX5 Cup car. It's only fitting that we drive a Japanese car on a Japanese track for this series of races.
Yellow flag, Aorus.
Whoa, this was a little bit crazy, some contact in front of us, some of the guys were a little bit messy going into T1. And we ended up going from 11th place to 3rd place in just one corner. Now, if you notice, the tires are pretty cold because I think it was a fixed setup race, and because of that we couldn't adjust anything. In some cases we can't even adjust tire pressures. This makes it fun because we can actually warm up the tires with the driving,
Well done, Carlos.
and the driving becomes more dynamic, but it's also a little bit more tricky. We just got the guy in 2nd place. It looked like he was struggling a little bit for grip as well. Usually with these tires in these temperatures and also low temperature, low pressure, you need very sensitive force feedback to feel the momentum of the car because you lose grip easy.
Keep doing what you're doing, this is spot on. P2, sector 3 time is fast.
Oh, this was a huge mess up. I think I was downshifting too fast, and also because I wasn't rev matching the engine, I was locking up the rear axis of the car. I do have slip tires HUD, which is some tire indicator. It's a very nice complement for the information that you get about the car, or to try to compensate for the lack of feeling on the GeForces. In these cars, especially in this case in particular, when you get a lot of speed, as you go downshifting, you want to actually do half matching or try to heel and toe. So you want to control the way that you are downshifting, because when you downshift too hard, you might lock the drive axis of the car.
Leader has just done a 104.6. That last
I
lap
think
was
it will happen here.
104.7. Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace.
Oh no, here I was a little bit throttle happy,
Clear right.
and I just lost the rear because I accelerated a little bit too much. Or maybe I wasn't even using traction control on the car controls. This is one of those little tricky things where you need to be a little bit careful because you want to warm up the tires, you want to drive aggressively and not use anything that would help prevent the tires from warming up. But at the same time, depending on how you drive, by going a little bit aggressive, you end up doing a little bit more mistakes and also just leaving more time on the table. I think I hadn't driven this car for a while. I had been driving prototype cars, GT3 cars, cars with a different style of driving, and this lightweight cup car, I was still getting to grips with it, getting used to it, and figuring out how to drive it a little bit faster. But slowly I was getting to grips with it and catching up to these guys in front of me. I just lost P2 to P3 again, so I need to start working again on getting to a better position and maybe overtaking the guy in front.
New fastest lap for Aorus, 103.1. Okay, Carlos, you're reeling. Suarez, the gap is now 0.7. Fastest lap. That lap was a 102.9. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace.
Very helpful information from our race engineer. We are getting really close to P2. I was afraid of the guy in P1 driving away from the pack and we're losing the chance of winning the race. The tires on our left side are getting really warmed up now. Really fun to have such close racing, trying to go for the move or just avoiding to crash into the guy in front because I don't want to damage the car. There is no fun in overtaking anyone because we crashed them. There is no skill in that, no racecraft, and at the same time we might lose some safety rating by doing that, get reported by the other drivers or get a penalty from the race stewards. Here I'm going to leave a showcase of my fastest lap of this race with this car on fixed setup in these conditions.
Great driving, keep it up, P2.
You can see I'm leaning heavily on the front tires for corner entries. With the low downforce on these cars, it's a lot about keeping momentum and just balancing out the car throughout the corners, accelerating as soon as possible and trying to get as much speed squeezed in as possible.
5 minutes to go, you're looking good for a podium. You're a tenth off the pace in sector 1.
Try to carry as much speed as possible while balancing the car and feeling the car slipping a little bit here and there. Do the widest lines possible, try to abuse all the track real estate that we have to our advantage.
You're reeling, Harrison, in, the gap's now 0.7.
This last corner, which is a very fast speed corner, you want a slight hint of trail braking, sometimes a little bit of coasting, just to make sure you won't understeer too much outside the track.
That's the fastest lap of the race. You've just done a 102.4. The guy behind has just done a 102.8.
1 minute 2 seconds and 4 tenths, the fastest lap of the race, and I believe my fastest lap with the fixed setup on this track. I had to be really careful to avoid crashing into the guy in front, even though I had more speed, because the racing line was so optimal to actually drive at this speed that it's hard to actually move away from this racing line and get enough speed to do the overtake. Here I'm trying to go for it, but not enough speed. I had a compromised exit, and because of that I couldn't go wide and carry as much speed as possible. In this case we also have a back marker, a blue flag car here to spice up our fight for the win on this race. No risk, no reward. I'm going for a really bold move, especially with a much slower driver nearby me. Now I need to do really well in the first corner to consolidate the overtake.
Clear all round. Well done, Carlos. This is terrific. Exactly what we came here for. You're leading. Sector 3 is 2 tenths off the pace. That was 103.6.
Great fun fighting for first position in this race, but I'm not still into clean waters. The guy is right behind me, the guy in second place. Now he will be trying to push and trying to overtake me and getting really close to me. I need to be very careful and avoid mistakes. I was close to spinning there, a lot of momentum. Now I just need very clean and consistent driving, avoiding any mistakes and just trying to keep up my pace. I know I'm being followed, so I can't really mess up.
The gap to Harrison behind is increasing. It's now 0.9.
If I'm able to get to this point here, now it's not the time to waste everything and just do some silly mistake. I'll try to keep pushing, but at the same time trying to avoid doing anything too crazy. The race is close to the end, so it's a short sprint race. If I do a really bad mistake, there's no time to recover.
You're in the lead. Yellow flag.
This is a little bit of a crazy moment here. Lucky that guy didn't crash into me and I didn't crash into him either. That could have been the end of our race.
Sector 2 time is okay.
Last lap, last corner, we are following another back marker, but this time we have a safe distance. Hopefully we are winning this race easily.
You won! Fantastic drive!
Checkered flag, and we won the race. We even end up making some friends along the way. Don't forget to leave your likes and comments on the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. As always, have great fun racing and see you next time.